Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, I wanted to take a quick moment to show you something new that I just released into production today. I got some feedback about the auto logins, which have been we've had this active for a while now. The feedback was, you're getting a lot of users that get to this screen here, and then they just don't read everything here. They see that the screen says, sorry, your auto login link has already been used. And so they just say, hey, it doesn't work. Not realizing that all you have to do is click this one right here that says send me a new link. So this screen, regardless of that, of this new feature I just enabled, maybe we have to redesign this a little bit, make it more clear that you can just click a button here to get the link. But let me just show you what I decided to do. Let's see if I have that already up here. Let me open up. Yeah, I've got it here. This is the Chrome development console, and right now, if I'm looking at this test account, there's no cookie stored. There's not even a session because we don't have anything going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send. I've got an account set up for myself to receive emails. So let me just click here. This is going to send me a token, right? I don't want to get a copy, so I'll send that. I'm going to pause this video for just a second while I go retrieve that link. Okay, so I've got the link, and if I go to access tokens now, I can see that it did generate a link. And if I look at the email itself, it was sent just a little short while ago, and like I said, there's a valid token available. So I already copied that from my email account. And I'm back on this screen again, so I'm going to copy and paste the link in, and it's going to log me in. It's going to work fine. But let me show you something. I'm going to bring that development console back over here again, now that I'm logged in. And you're now going to see that there's a session ID, but there's also this new token that we save, a cookie that's coming from the Gatekeeper server that's a Gatekeeper ID, so to speak. Basically what this is it's a trust token that says, hey, I know who this person is. They logged in with a token that was less than 30 minutes old. And so the server wrote this cookie here. And this gets stored with the user account on our end. All right? So that's already set. So what that allows me to do is, if I decide to leave here, to go out of this, I can paste that same token in again and use it again. Because now the server knows, like that, as long as this token here matches to my ID, it knows that I'm the same person coming in again. So it allows me in. All right, log out again. And if I go over to these access tokens, you'll see that every time I do that, even if I'm just going in another time, it regenerates a brand new token and then immediately consumes it. And the reason why we do that is we always want to keep a history of how many times that someone has logged in. So if I do it again, same thing. It's gonna. There it goes. If I refresh this, there's another one. Okay. All right. So now the next question is, what if you feel like you need to what if they say, hey, someone's might have got into my account or whatever, or you just want to, revoke it for whatever reason. You feel like maybe someone else was accessing the account, whatever the reason. There's this little badge here that you can click. It's also on the users tab right there, but you can also do it from the access tokens here. This is a useful page in that you can see the history and you can see which IP address they came in through. So if it's the same, you probably can feel fine that, yeah, it's the same person, right? But if suddenly you saw an IP address here that you didn't recognize, like it didn't match the other ones, you might say, maybe somehow someone got into their email or whatever. So I can just click here and I can say, yeah, revoke it, which means that now if I go back in here and paste that same link in again, it's not going to let me. It's not going to work. It's going to say it's already used. All right. So from here, what can they do? Well, they can do the same thing. They can click just like they always could do. Just click here, which just generates a new token and it's already emailed it to the inbox. All right, so again, I'm going to pause 1 second here and get that link. Okay, I already got it. I'm going to refresh here and show there it is. There's the new token was generated a few seconds ago. I already copied it. I'm going to go in here and paste it in. And it's gonna be fine. And if we drag this developer console over, we can see we do have the ID here. All right, so it generated a new one. Again, as long as they click through the link within 30 minutes after it was generated, that's what triggers that it's a trusted user from that browser. It will say, I know that that's actually them. All right, so I logged out, and again you can see that the same token is there. And then again, if I decide that I want to revoke it, I will revoke it. I'll paste in the same token again, which is not going to let me. And I drag this over in the gatekeeper ID token. It's gone. It removed it. Okay, because I revoked their access. So you have a lot of control still over this. You can, if you want to remove it or just purge that trust token out of there, you can totally do it. It's fine. So I think this achieves all the goals that I had for this, which was make it a little bit easier. All the user has to do is do this one time. Once they do it, it stores it, and it will stay there unless you remove it. And as long as you didn't go into tokens here and revoke it, it'll work. Even if they have the trusted badge there, it won't revive a revoke token. But if it's a consume token and they come through again to use it, it'll work. It'll say, I know who this person is, like it's the same user again, and I'm not going to force them to get the email. All right, so it's just a convenience thing, but we're keeping it still pretty secure. We don't have just tokens floating around in emails that anybody could just click on and use, which is the whole reason why we're using this kind of a system here. Okay, so that's it. If you have any concerns or any issues with this, open up a support ticket, or if you just have some feedback on the feature, let me know. I'd love to hear about it.